Camera's here? Great. Hey everybody, it's VMworld 2014. I'm Vaughn Stewart with Pure Storage, joining you again here on the vBrownBag. First off, I want to thank the vBrownBag crew for allowing me some time to talk. Remember, you can be here too, you just have to submit online. I want to talk about storage in the State of the Union in 2014. We've got a lot of innovation going on in the market, whether it's host-side caching advancements, converged infrastructure starting to emerge, or specifically the emergence of all-flash arrays. What I think we've seen is this advent of cloud being the new form of how IT operates. And when we look back in terms of the storage infrastructure, we've had a lot of incremental changes over the course of the last decade. We've been trying to handle the workload, the unexpected changes in workload, and just the scale that virtual infrastructures have put on storage arrays. And while there's been some great innovation through the years, I think we're kind of at a tipping point in the industry in terms of customers really moving away from the legacy architectures and looking at new alternatives. And so I want to talk about what I call the tipping point for all-flash arrays. Pure Storage wasn't the first vendor to bring all-flash arrays to market. I think you can actually look back at the innovation of Violin Memory, Texas Memory Systems, and maybe even Fusion IO around the time frame of 2010. These vendors proved that they could assemble a highly available and highly scalable all-flash based storage array, but the cost was inhibitant, or prohibitive maybe is the better word, and basically restricted their market to the most critical applications and not something that was generally considered the right fit for, say, virtual desktop infrastructure, or more importantly, the broader virtual server infrastructure that's the core of our cloud infrastructures, meaning ours, all of ours. 2010, Pure Storage came to market with the flash array, and their difference between those innovators and Pure Storage is they brought a highly available, highly scalable all-flash array, but wanted to make it available for the price point of disk. They wanted to make it economically affordable for broad adoption, and that was really an innovative curve. At Pure, the term is flash reduce. It refers to the suite of 5 forms of data reduction technologies that we have in the system to help bring that price point of flash down to that being that on par with disk. But while that has taken and propelled Pure into the market, what you're seeing in the broader sense of the market is a number of additional storage vendors start to enter this space, building all-flash arrays paired with storage, or I should say, data reduction technologies to drive that storage efficiency up and really allow customers to shift from disk to flash. So vendors in this space besides Pure Storage include EMC, they include Hewlett-Packard, and other upcomers like SolidFire. So what you can have with these platforms is if you can take the economic equation off the table, and I know for some of you that's going to be difficult, is start to think about what flash means to your infrastructure. Today, your disk systems all have flash as a caching tier within them, and any I/O access that comes out of the flash tier is exceptional, right? It's low latency, it's fast, it's highly responsive, and any I/O that's responded to from the disk tier is slow. And it's actually getting slower as the drives get larger and as the working sets get larger. And that increase of working set size has been a direct correlation within the server virtualization framework. And so what you have from tackling the economic element within the flash systems, and what all of those vendors that I mentioned, Pure, EMC, HP, SolidFire, et cetera, what they're helping you understand is if you can address the economic issue, you can just live in that flash tier. You can live in that sub 1 millisecond latency tier. Now, before you say, wait, I don't need that, my application doesn't need that, I only need that for a subset of groups, you need to think about your infrastructure a bit. First, if you run a cloud, you've lost control of the endpoint. You have no idea what's going on in the virtual machine. How's the partition set up? What's its file size? Furthermore, you likely don't know what the application is, the application's block size, the different types of I/O patterns that come out of the application stream between, say, a database. What's the log transaction size look like versus the actual database entry and retrieval size versus the log archive size, right? This could go from 8K to 512 byte to 1 megabyte, right? These are all unknowns in the storage space when you run a cloud. And flash allows you to have a consistent delivery of services, whether I have a virtual machine that I don't know anything about, an application, or even the behaviors of that application. Does it burst once a day? Does it burst once a month, right? So if I can live in that high quality tier storage, I actually have a better experience for my company. I also, from an operational perspective, get to move my IT operations away from doing the store knob tuning and actually start to return to a very simple, automated, and elegant storage platform, one that's more capable of responding to the uniqueness of a virtual infrastructure, both in terms of scale but unpredictability. So what I want to share with you is not necessarily a commercial for Pure Storage by any means. I'd like you to look at our technology, but I'd rather advocate for you to look at any one of the vendors that I've shared or the vendor that you prefer and look at their all-flash-based arrays. We are at a tipping point in the market where economics tied with flash performance is just starting to become the tip of the conversation within most customer bases and could lead to a massive change within the infrastructure of Tier 1 based storage arrays today. We think we're about 2 years out till you start to see all flash arrays start to enter into the Tier 2 space. But take a look at it. I assure you, flash will give your end users a better class of service, better responsiveness to their applications, and allow you to drive new initiatives and competitive advantages into your infrastructure. So check out the all-flash offerings from, again, any of your vendor of choice. And if you want to look at something new, maybe you'll check out Pure Storage. That's all I've got today. Enjoy VMworld 2014. There's a lot more to talk about going on this year that you can check out online in blogs, whether you're talking about converged infrastructures or the emergence of vVols. Remember, I'm online at virtualstorageguy.com or at vStewart on Twitter. Thanks.